All right, welcome to this explainer. Today, we are breaking down an absolute match for the ages, a true emotional roller coaster that ended with Morocco making historic waves against the Netherlands. We're going to look way beyond the final scoreline today. We're stepping right up to the coach's chalkboard to really analyze the tactical masterclasses, the bold managerial shifts, and, honestly, the immense human sacrifice that completely defined this World Cup clash. So if you love dissecting the tactical side of the beautiful game, you are absolutely in the right place. Let's get into it.
Okay, here is our chalkboard agenda for today. Number 1, the death of total football. Number 2, the dual national master plan. Number 3, emotional resilience. Number 4, the final minutes. And finally, number 5, dissecting the penalty shootout.
Section 1. The death of total football. Let's examine the Dutch tactical surrender.
30%. Just let that sink in for a second. That is a staggering overall possession number for the Netherlands. I mean, for a country that basically built its entire footballing identity on dominating the ball and passing opponents to death, ceding 70% of the game to Morocco, that's a massive tactical surrender. And it gets worse. During the second half of extra time, that possession actually dropped to a dismal 16%. They completely abandoned progressive passing. It's like they chose to just not lose the ball rather than actually trying to win the game with it.
What we're looking at here is a direct clash of managerial philosophies. On one side, you have Ronald Koeman deploying this highly conservative back five formation, basically playing purely for survival. But on the other side, Mohamed Ouahbi brought serious protagonist ambition. He completely abandoned Morocco's historically pragmatic approach. Instead, he commanded his team to actively attack, dictate the tempo, and fearlessly outplay a fading European tradition.
The really crucial point here is how this defensive shape completely backfired on the Dutch attack. By sitting back, Koeman literally starved his own world-class midfield. Elite ball-playing guys like Frenkie de Jong and Ryan Gravenberch were just totally isolated out there. De Jong, who usually dictates the entire tempo of a match, was limited to just 37 completed passes out of 42, and the vast majority of those were just purely defensive actions in his own half. The Dutch midfield was bypassed entirely for these direct, hopeful balls forward, which completely stifled any real creativity.
Moving on to Section 2, the dual national master plan, building an elite, unified team spirit.
So, the secret to building this dominant, highly technical Moroccan squad actually lies in their modern recruitment strategy. Take Mazraoui, for example. He was born near Amsterdam, yet he was deemed not good enough for the Dutch. So Morocco gave him a home, and he became an elite defensive anchor for them. Or look at Issa Diop, rejected by France U20s. Manager Mohamed Ouahbi actually knocked on his door personally, offering him a shot at redemption. You have to realize, choosing to represent a dual national identity takes immense mental fortitude. It is a massive leap of faith for any player. And the payoff? Diop goes on to score the 91st-minute equalizer. This deeply personal recruitment is exactly what built such an unbreakable, unified team spirit.
And this aggressive recruitment pairs perfectly with Ouahbi's elite mindset. In his very first press conference, a reporter asked him about his ambitions, and his response was brilliant. He said, "I'm here to win the World Cup. Why not us?" That single quote closed the mental gap between African and European football overnight. He convinced these dual nationals that choosing Morocco didn't mean lowering their standards. It meant joining a project that was actually capable of achieving ultimate glory.
Section 3, emotional resilience and sacrifice. Looking at the human toll on the pitch.
We absolutely have to take a moment here to acknowledge the incredible mental fortitude of Cody Gakpo. He scored the opening goal for the Netherlands, a moment of pure, undeniable class, but he did it while carrying an unimaginable weight. Just days before this match, he and his partner announced the tragic loss of their unborn baby boy. To step onto the pitch, face that crushing level of global pressure, and still find the strength to score a goal for his country, it's a testament to a level of emotional resilience that goes so far beyond the game of football.
And that raw human element was visible everywhere you looked. The physical sacrifice was just staggering. You had Dutch defender Jan-Paul van Hecke literally bleeding from the head, but absolutely refusing to come off the pitch. Morocco's Ismail Saibari was also bleeding, just battling through every single challenge. And then you had Mazraoui, who had only played 20 games all season due to club issues at Manchester United, giving 100% until his legs literally gave out. This wasn't just a tactical game anymore. It was players bleeding for their shirts out of immense national pride.
Section 4, the final minutes strategy. From the equalizer into extra time.
Okay, so let's walk through this chaos.
At the 91st minute, Issa Diop powers home that massive header to make it 1-1, which violently shifts the momentum of the entire match. Now, instead of sitting back in extra time, Morocco actually pushes the pace. The Netherlands counter with these bold, desperate attacking subs like bringing on Justin Kluivert in the 113th minute to try and steal a win, but it just isn't enough. By the 120th minute mark, we are completely deadlocked at 1-1.
The contrast in those final 30 minutes was literally night and day. Morocco used their superior fitness and fearless offensive mindset to completely dictate the tempo. They were actively pushing for the win. The Netherlands, meanwhile, just looked totally exhausted. They retreated into this defensive bunker, entirely surrendering the midfield. They weren't even trying to score anymore. They were fatigued and entirely settling for the lottery of penalty kicks.
Which brings us to Section 5, dissecting the penalty shootout, the ultimate test of nerve.
All right, putting my coach's hat on for a second here, I really have to ask, where was Dutch captain Virgil van Dijk? In a shootout featuring highly inexperienced players, your captain absolutely has to step up. Van Dijk is a fantastic striker of the ball, but he deferred. Instead, young players like Quinten Timber and Justin Kluivert were forced to take on the immense heat and pressure of a World Cup shootout, and both of them ultimately missed. A captain has to protect his squad in those defining moments, and honestly, his absence at the penalty spot was glaring.
Now, contrast that vacuum of leadership with Morocco's anchor, Yassine Bounou, or Bono. His mechanical technique is just elite. First, he stays completely upright as the taker approaches. Second, he keeps moving side to side to distract the shooter. Third, and most importantly, he absolutely refuses to dive early. He waits until the very last millisecond. That exact discipline is exactly why he boasts a 27% career save rate. In these high-pressure moments, a goalkeeper literally decides the fate of nations.
The shootout itself was absolute chaos. 10 kicks taken and 5 missed. You had Bark Verbruggen making this unbelievable save that deflected in off his own heel. You had elite players like Achraf Hakimi missing under the immense weight of expectations. But Bono's presence clearly rattled the Dutch, leading to critical misses and ultimately setting the stage for Ismail Saiberi to rip his shirt off after burying the match-winning kick. Just incredible scenes.
The fallout for the Netherlands really comes down to a single damning number: 0. That is the exact number of wins Ronald Koeman has secured against top 25 FIFA-ranked teams since 2023. Pragmatism might keep some games close, sure, but it is consistently failing to actually deliver victories on the biggest stages against modern, elite opposition.
So I'm going to leave you at this final provocative thought. We just watched a Moroccan team outpass, outwork, and outbelieve the inventors of total football. Our fearless attacking tactics combined with aggressive personal dual national recruitment, the new blueprint for international dominance. I mean, Morocco is clearly no longer just the standard for African football. They are proving they can be the standard for the entire world. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I will catch you on the next deep dive.